I got the text message I was waiting for. This was actually a guy that I bought some games from about probably 3 weeks ago off of Facebook. And it turned out, I got to talking to him, and I was up front. I told him, hey, yeah, I'm going to sell these on eBay. Do you ever come across anything else like this? He had some like NES games and some original Xbox games and stuff like that. And I did pretty well on the deal. And he said, as a matter of fact, I do cleanouts for before. So he does it for a real estate agent who buys foreclosures, and he goes in and he cleans out the house. And he can keep everything that's in the house. He just has to clean it. So he said he comes across stuff all the time. I gave him a list of all the stuff I was looking for. And lo and behold, last night he texted me. He had a bunch of games, including some more NES games, and also a PS2. Now, I'm going to show y'all this haul in a little bit. Got to go by the bank and get a few dollars first. And I'll let you know that in this particular case, I don't mind paying up just a little bit because I don't have to go out and source. The stuff is coming to me, and I want him to always feel like I'll take the stuff and he'll get a fair, not great, but a fair amount of money with very little effort on his part and on my part. So, you know, I'm not going to bring them down to the absolute lowest level possible like I would at, say, a garage sale. With a garage sale, I'm trying to get it for the cheapest possible. Chances are I'll probably never see that person again. And this is different because I want him to think about me 2 weeks from now when he gets that major score, you know. So I want to keep that open. So let me go get the money and then get the stuff, and I'll show you. So that's my guy pulling off now with that trailer. Got a trailer full of junk. And this is all the stuff here. You can't see any of it because it's all in this bag. Big garbage bag full of stuff. I do have two PS2s and some games up here. Let me get back to my house and I will show you. Okay, so here's the haul. It's a bunch of PlayStation and PS2 games and a bunch of Guitar Hero, Rock Band, Final Fantasy. There are a few NES games here. I got a couple of consoles back here with some more games on top. So yeah, that's the haul. Let's go through them one by one. Okay, so I'm back home from picking up the games, and let me just tell y'all what my pricing strategy was here when I made my offer. I saw in the photos he sent me on in the text message, I saw these 4 NES games. Of course, I keyed on the NES games first just to see if there's anything super valuable. And, I mean, there wasn't really anything real valuable. I do have a Mike Tyson's Punch-Out. I have a DuckTales. Wizards and Warriors 3. Then I have Dragon Warrior. Also have this little adapter thing that was on one of the games. I don't know exactly what that is yet. I'm going to find out. I imagine it's probably to play on some, to make the game play on some different system, like maybe a maybe it adapts it down to a SNES or something like that. I'm not sure. I'll check it out, see if that little adapter has some value. I'll sell it too. I'll sell it all. So my my goal was to get all the games for the price of these 4. Or for the value of these 4, and I estimated these 4 at about 60 bucks, and I think that's fairly accurate. So after a little haggling back and forth, we came up with 60 for the games. And he had some comics and other stuff, and I didn't really want the comics anyway. He wanted $75 for everything, and I ended up telling him, you know, wasn't really interested in comic books, so then we got down to 60. So I got these games, and I got a bunch of other games. I had no idea what they were worth. I didn't even look up any of it. So it was going to be my profit, though, whatever these games are worth. And I did notice a lot of Final Fantasy, and I know that has some pretty good value because I've sold quite a bit of that in the past. But the other stuff I haven't really seen. So let's get started. So this is Final Fantasy VI for PlayStation, and I have spot checked a lot of the discs, and it looks like they were probably adult owned. Everything's complete here, and the discs all seem to be in very good shape, like extremely good shape. The original PlayStation disc, a lot of times they're scratched up, and if they're owned by kids, they're just going to naturally have scratches. Most of the ones that I looked at look really clean, which is very important here. So yeah, that Final Fantasy game, Final Fantasy Tactics for PlayStation, Final Fantasy Origins for PlayStation. Let's see, Final Fantasy Chronicles for PlayStation, Resident Evil 2 for PlayStation, Lunar, and this is one that I did look up, and it looks like it's worth about $40. I didn't look up many of them. I've never had this game, but I've heard it on different YouTube channels before, and unfortunately, it looks like I'm missing a disc, which that kind of sucks. So I mean, that's going to obviously greatly diminish the value there. Okay, Final Fantasy Anthology. This is another one I looked up. Looks pretty valuable. PlayStation Xenogears. Legends of Dragoon. Looked that one up. Looked like it was fairly valuable too, at least $30. Final Fantasy 9 for PlayStation. And fantasy games are always, not always, but usually going to work out pretty good. Now, this is a ton of Rock Band and Guitar Hero stuff, and which is fine. I mean, that stuff is pretty easy to sell. I haven't sold a ton of it for PlayStation 2, but I'll give it a shot. And I am so fast at processing games, guys, especially the cheap ones. I just fly through them, take pictures, list. It's not a big deal. I could process probably. I'm spending probably less than 5 minutes per game for the whole shebang, like taking the pictures, making the listing, and even packing, because it just slide it into the bubble mailer and it's gone. Guitar Hero World Tour, Mortal Kombat Deception. These are PS2 games, guys. Rock Band Track Pack Volume 1. Okay, Rock Band 2. SingStar 90s. Guitar Hero 2, Sopranos, and this is disc only, no manual or no original box. I didn't even know this game existed. One of the best shows ever, in my opinion. Rock Band Metal Track Pack, Guitar Hero Original, Yakuza 2, there again, disc only inside of this generic case. Guitar Hero Encore Rocks the 80s. I imagine that'd probably be a pretty desirable thing. I haven't looked it up. Rock Band PS2. Rock Band Track Pack Volume 2. Manhunt 2. Guitar Hero 3 Legends of Rock. I've sold this one a bunch for other systems, not this one. Legacy of Kain for PS2. SingStar 80s. Then I have an oddball PC game thrown in. Fable Lost Chapters. It looks like it's worth probably $7-8. Worth selling. Then had an odd couple of Leap pad games. They might end up in the trash. We'll see. Little Leaps. I'll check them out. There might be some market. Another Little Leaps. Leapfrog Baby. Who knows? I'll check it out before I throw them away. And then, after we made that deal for all that stuff for $60, he sent me another picture. Have this too. But wait, there's more. And this is the part where I didn't really want the stuff, but like I said, guys, sometimes you gotta kind of take stuff you don't necessarily want just to kind of keep things flowing. So this is a PS2, and it's a PS2 heavy. This ain't a PS2 slim. It is kind of neat. I don't know. This is something they added, this little blue accent strip. Looks kind of neat though. I've never seen that. I've had a ton of PS2s, never had that. This one works fine. I saw it tested. It comes with the cables, power cable and AV cables, and also it comes with one wired controller. This is a DualShock 2 controller, which is good because a lot of times you'll see PS2s come with the third-party controllers, so it's definitely more desirable, and I'll check that one out. And he threw this in, powers up, doesn't read disc, and there's a market for those too. Somehow, I don't know how. I mean, these are so heavy. I don't see why somebody would buy a broken one and have to pay that shipping, but they do. Then it came with those systems and these 4 games. I've got 3 Grand Theft Autos and a Madden 12. I'm kind of surprised they made a Madden 12. I didn't know that for this system. It had been antiquated already by then for quite a few years, so it showed the PS2 really had some good longevity. But yeah, so that last bit there, we came up with $25. I wanted 20, he wanted 30, we went 25. I'm not going to make a ton on that, but there again, guys, I made it just to kind of let them know to come to me with all video games, because as you can tell, the other stuff is pretty dang good, and I'm gonna make nice profit there, and I'll make a little profit on the PS2 stuff too. So hopefully I'll be updating you guys in future videos, showing you the great sales off of this pickup. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye bye. Don't forget, I'm going to be on Nick and Andrea's channel tomorrow with Nick Hills and Zahir Malik for 12 o'clock Central Tat Chat, which I asked him last time and what tat meant exactly. I was kind of scared to know, but it turns out tat just means stuff or junk, or we might call it inventory. So talking about stuff basically. But yeah, catch us. We're going to be live at 12, or if you can't catch that, it'll be recorded obviously, and I'll put the link once again to Nick and Andrea's channel down below. Take care, guys.